You are now entering Clearview, Illinois, city limits. I hope you enjoy your trip. Tonight's story is 50 Years for Weed. My name is Clarence, and I'm a resident of Clearview Penitentiary. I lived up in Chicago, so when I was going upstate on my little vacation, it was either going to be Joliet, which is fucked, but shit, it's jail. What else is it supposed to be? Or Clearview, which is fucked up on a different level. This is where the weird shit happens. Take for instance my man Elijah. Elijah got 50 goddamn years for weed. For fucking weed, dog. How the fuck does something like that happen? I talk to him from time to time when I'm mopping up. That's my job. Not only is Elijah doing 50 years for weed, he's in the hole like 95% of the time. I've never seen him start shit with nobody, yet he's in solitary. Personally speaking, the fact that he's not all the way batshit crazy is more impressive to me than most any of the shit I've seen in here. You'd think that a dude that the COs and the warden are that scared of would be some huge 6'5" muscle-bound motherfucker, but that ain't the case. He's a little wiry dude. The expression, "it's the quiet ones you need to watch out for," must apply to him, cause just looking at him, I wouldn't think nothing of him. So I get to talking to Elijah one day when they got him doing exercise, and this is when he tells me his story about how 10 years back some racist white motherfuckers got together and decided he needed to be in jail for what amounted to his natural life for weed that he could have smoked up in 3 days. He told me about how this racist ass DA in his hometown of Clearview was doing our people. I had to say, this shit pissed me off. And white or black, a miscarriage of justice this big should piss anyone off. I racked my brain all that week trying to think of a way to help Elijah out. The way my cleaning detail worked, I might could get in the warden's office and find some files or records of all the unnecessary time he gets put in the hole. But what was the actual chance I'd end up doing that? Find the smoking gun that gets my brother a new case. So I thought maybe I could go a little bit more small, something more realistic. I don't know, maybe there was some sort of way I could slip him a key so he could get out or something. I know they'd catch him and put his ass back in there, but maybe he could have a few minutes of being a real person. Maybe fuck up a guard he don't like, get some drugs, porn, something. Shit, I don't know. It was an entire 2 weeks before I happened to see Elijah again, so I just asked him what he wanted to do. Because though the chance was slim, maybe there was a chance I could slip him something. I thought that ultimately he'd go for porn, but to my surprise, he did ask me to open his door. He said that even if he died trying, he may as well do it in an escape attempt. I told him that I'd see what I could do. I had the run of the place, and I had seen the COs operate in the prison long enough that I may be able to help him. I wasn't sure if it was okay letting my dude out of his cell just to see him kill himself. But it was either that or watch him wither away slowly in a cage. In the end, fuck it. I'd assist his suicide. Maybe he'd get lucky and take a motherfucker with him. It took a few weeks of planning and learning patterns, but I learned the electronic switchboard that unlocked all the cells, and I knew the split second I may have to push a button to let Elijah out. It wasn't that complicated, but there was a camera on the console, so if I black it out for a split second, I could pull the lever when they were shift changing. Nah, I think the better plan would be to fall over the console and make it seem like I accidentally triggered it. I was gonna get shit for this. I knew this, but my only question now was just how much shit was I gonna get? The day came, and I waited for Imperetti to sub in for Lucas. I didn't like Imperetti's ass no how. While they were talking, I guess to give each other the shift change briefing, I mopped my way over to the console. They watched me, but not like a hawk. because I had done this so many times without incident. I wasn't what they would consider to be a huge risk. I took in a deep breath and channeled all my powers of fuck it to put myself in the right mindset. Then I took a stumble towards the console. I grabbed onto Elijah's door, pulled the lever, then pushed the button. Impreti and Lucas's first instinct was to laugh when they saw me take a pratfall, but their amused expressions flipped to extreme concern once they heard the buzzing sound of a door opening. Impreti scrambled to reclose the door I opened. "It was Elijah," Impreti said to Lucas. Shit. Did you get it?" Lucas said with concern. Impreti shrugged, with urgency, having no clue if he caught it in time. I myself was amused at just how concerned them two were. Elijah wasn't nowhere near the scariest motherfucker in here. "Should we call it in?" Lucas asked. Impreti seemed paralyzed with indecision, as if he didn't want to cop to a mistake they weren't sure was a mistake. As Impreti slowly motioned for his radio, a loud boom on the big metal door to the command center happened. He dropped the radio. I fell again, but this time it was no act. A grapefruit-sized dent appeared on the door. Lucas scrambled for the weapons locker key on his belt. Another boom happened, louder than the last, and stretched the metal impossibly. Impreti ran to the console to pick up the emergency phone. A boom happened and the door flew off its hinges. In a blur of motion, a creature black as night, huge as a bear, and quick as the devil's lies bolted in the room. With one fluid motion, Impreti's head was off his body and bouncing on the back wall. It slammed Lucas so hard into the ceiling, he bounced when he fell back down. All of this happened before I took one step towards the door. The thing slowly menaced me, growling like a beast, half crouched like an animal, and half standing as a man. It growled at me and stood to its full height, which, if I was guessing, was 10 feet. It looked at me with the otherworldly eyes of a predator, as if to convey its emotions. I took a step back to the console and unlocked all the adjoining blocks. I could not be for certain, but the beast tilted its head down almost so slightly, I, to this day, couldn't tell you if it happened. It turned from me and bolted. Aside from being sworn to never speak of what I saw, I got no repercussion for my part in this. Elijah was gone, and no one in the prison spoke his name ever again, which led me to wonder if he were ever there in the first place. You are now exiting Clearview, Illinois city limits. I hope you enjoyed the trip.